May has arrived, and it is now my least favorite month of the year. It is my birthday in May, and at some point when you get to a certain age, you don't want to celebrate your birthday. You're just getting older and older. But with that said, there are some gems that are dropping in May that I'm looking forward to. So here's the 10 shoes that I want in May. And disclaimer, release dates in the sneaker industry changes all the time. So if things change outside of May to June or even further back, don't blame me, blame them. Here we go. At number 10, it is the Kobe 8 Protro Mambasita that is dropping on May 1st for $180. And this has become an annual tradition where every year a pair of Kobe's will be dedicated to Gigi Bryant, who unfortunately passed away with Kobe Bryant in 2020. And this year it is on the Kobe 8 Protro, which if you didn't know, that means performance retro. And this shoe comes with an upper with butterflies all over, with hints of gold on the swoosh as well as the Mamba logo on the tongue. And it also comes with a thicker padded tongue. On the original Kobe 8s, they came with that very thin tongue that would like really dig into your ankles. Like the Venice Beach Protros that just recently re-released, that actually still came with the thin tongues, but this one is more like the Kobe 8 Halos that comes with a more comfortable and thicker tongue. And then on the booty of the shoe, dedication to Gigi. So you see her number as well, number 2. And it also comes with a Mambasita hang tag, as well as a special box. And I think the Kobe 8 Protro is a really good shoe, especially with the React foam that they have replaced. It used to come with Lunarlon foam in the original version of the Kobe 8. The traction and outsole of the shoe has been updated as well. But I will say in a vacuum, just looking at the colorway itself, I do prefer the previous 2 versions of the Mambasita shoes to this year's version. The butterflies on the upper, it's not really my thing. It's a bit too much for me, but Kobe Bryant was always one of my favorite players ever, just to watch, just aesthetically, he was so skilled, and I've just been a big fan of his shoes, I think like most people are. So even though this isn't my favorite Mambasita shoe, still had to make the list. At number 9, it is the Adidas Crazy One Off-White Active Purple. But I'm cheating a little bit because you can actually go on adidas.com, sign up to be a member if you're not already, and actually get the shoe right now. But the official worldwide or United States wide release date of the shoe is May 1st. It is another Kobe Bryant shoe, but it is a different company. Adidas was the first sneaker company that Kobe Bryant signed with, and this is probably my favorite Kobe Bryant shoe with Adidas. I don't really love the other ones. They had to rename the shoe, obviously. Kobe left Adidas in 2002, 2003, early 2000s, but this shoe is just so unique, so different, a little bit outrageous, kind of looks like a spaceship, that I really like it. And it's a very clean colorway, obviously with references to the Lakers, with the purple and gold and an off-white upper, with Adidas branding debossed or indented into the shoe, whatever the correct word is. And I don't know if I would ever wear the Crazy Ones for like casual use or even to play in, but I just like how different it is in a market currently with basketball shoes where a lot of shoes, especially with Nike, kind of look very similar. I think the AE ones really made a big, huge splash this year. This Crazy One is just so out there, it's so different. So I really appreciate it, and even though I'm not a Lakers fan, huge Kobe Bryant fan as I said before, and this colorway is just super clean, super sleek. Number 8, it is a return of the KD4 Weatherman, and this shoe is dropping on May 21st for $130. I believe the release date for the shoe has been pushed back. It was originally scheduled to be released in May 2nd, I believe, and this shoe was first seen in 2011. It was inspired by Kevin Durant's, I don't know if love is the right word, but like curiosity or fascination with the weather at the time. So this shoe features very vibrant colors, a green upper with patterns of Doppler radar images. So on the straps, you see these radar image patterns. And on the outsole, you see this kind of heat map or weather map pattern. Very, very unique as well. It's just so funky. And then on the insoles, on the right insole, you see like thunder, cloud, sun icons. And on the left shoe, you see the words, "The forecast calls for a thunderstorm." And of course, he was with the Oklahoma City Thunder at the time in 2011, so that fit right in. Right now, actually, he is with the Phoenix Suns, so it kind of fits in as well with the sun icon. And this year, it looks like Nike's going pretty hard or pretty committed to the KD4s. We saw the KD4 Year of the Dragon, the KD4 Galaxy as well. I don't like it as much, just like aesthetically looking, as the KD3, but this colorway, it's just so different, so unique. I like it. At number 7, it is the Jordan 1 Latte that is dropping on May 29th for $180 as a woman's exclusive. And I wonder if they're just gonna have every variation of coffee, like the Jordan 1 Cappuccino, Jordan 1 Pumpkin Spice Latte, just really milk it in. Obviously, we've seen the Jordan 1 Mochas and the Travis Scott Mochas, grails to a lot of people. Those are very, very, very nice shoes. That shade of brown is perfect. Doesn't remind me of poo, doesn't remind me of diarrhea. The shade is slightly lighter, which I think a darker shade of brown is nicer. Unfortunately, you also see a sail midsole. I still think overall it's a pretty nice shoe. It's a very good looking colorway, and this kind of color blocking I do like, that black toe color blocking, and the shoe does come with specially designed insoles as well as a custom box. And recently, especially for women's exclusive Jordan 1s, they've come with that kind of very textured leather on the upper, especially in the toe box area, which I personally quite like, and a lot of times, simple, easy, clean is the way to go. And at number 6, it is the Jordan 17 Low Lightning that is dropping on May 30th for $300. Now this is the first time this shoe has been retroed. It was the shoe that Michael Jordan wore in the 2002 All-Star Game. The reason why it's $300 is because this year it comes with the suitcase. It also came in 2002. Now what I really like about the Jordan 17 is that chrome strip on the booty of the shoe. I think that looks really nice, and it also features an inner booty sleeve, which to me, shoes with that kind of setup is very comfortable, wraps around your feet like a sock. And this shoe, or return of this shoe, I think it's gonna do pretty well, and if it does, I think it's proof that Jordan Brand should really reach into their very deep history, their huge arsenal, and kind of step away from the 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, not 5s, because I love the 5s, but especially the ones that we see too often, and bringing back some of these more obscure, less often seen Jordans. Distance makes the heart grow fonder, and because a lot of people have not seen this shoe for a long time, they are really craving it. I don't even love Jordan 17s, I don't love the way it looks, but just because of the fact it's coming back for the first time in 22 years, I want it, even at this insane price point. Number 5, it is the Kobe 4 Pro Tro Girl Dad that is dropping on May 31st for $190. Now I'm cheating a little bit because I think this shoe may have been pushed to June. I'm not too sure, I'm seeing conflicting information. A lot of sites do still list it as May 31st, so I'm gonna pretend it's coming on May 31st. And this colorway, oh, that green is just so nice. It's got this kind of aqua, greenish, bluish tinge to it. Just a really nice colorway. And the Kobe 4, personally, I think apart from like the Kobe 1s, just aesthetically speaking, it's probably my favorite Kobe's. And the shoe looks a feature, it's either suede or nubuck. Can't really tell from images yet. I think it's nubuck. On the upper, with that very nice silver metallic looking heel counter with his signature, of course. And on the inside of the tongue, you see the word Girl Dad and a beautiful, delicious icy outsole. One of my favorites. And if you weren't familiar, Kobe Bryant, after he retired, he really leaned into like his role as a father. He was super involved with his daughters. Obviously, him and Gigi were tied at the hip. She was big into basketball as well. So he really became like a symbol of being a great girl dad. So even though there's no like official story or inspiration behind the shoe yet, I'm pretty sure this is what they're going for. And even without that context, this shoe is just beautiful. I hope it doesn't get pushed back because I just really want this shoe. Next up, it is the Jordan 3 J Balvin Rio. It's dropping on May 22nd for $250. Now this is a follow-up of J Balvin's Jordan 3s from last year that was inspired by his hometown, Medellin, Colombia. That was a nice shoe, a shoe that I really wanted, but never really got around to getting it. It's quite pricey, but the materials do look very nice on that shoe. And this shoe is specifically in dedication to his son Rio, so it goes for a different look, a black leather base, of course with J Balvin's smiley on the booty and hang tag as well. And as a black sneaker lover, this looks gorgeous. That gradient isn't like too funky or too ridiculous. It just looks so nice. And I'll be honest, I don't know anything about J Balvin. I don't listen to his music at all. No hate, I'm just ignorant. I'm stuck in my youth where I listened to the music from back in the day. But just as a shoe, super well done. This compared to the previous pair, as a black sneaker lover, might even take this one. But I don't have the other one, so can't say for sure. But I'm definitely going to try and get my hands on this. And at number 3, it is the Jordan 11 Low Space Jam that's dropping on May 11th for $190. Now the Space Jam 11s are probably, actually definitely one of the best colorways ever on any shoe. It is just delicious. It is just so nice. Now we've seen them drop this colorway on the Jordan 11 Comfort Lows as well as the IEs. I think those shoes, just the silhouette, are just super ugly. And even though I don't love the Jordan 11 Lows, I think the shape of it just kind of looks a bit too squashed. This colorway just is so nice. It is just right up my alley. A majority black sneaker with icy outsoles. Doesn't get better than this. And the shoe is going to feature patent leather, of course. It is a Jordan 11. It's going to be very ugly when it creases, but at least out of the box it looks nice and shiny. Probably too high for a lot of people, but I'm just a sucker for this colorway. An absolute sucker. And at number 2, it is the Jordan 1 Low OG Shadow that's dropping on May 10th for $140. Now I've actually just recorded my review for this shoe, so it's gonna drop soon, but quick preview, I love this colorway. So sleek, it's like a perfect kind of nighttime looking shoe, just nice and simple, nice and easy on an OG version of the Jordan 1 Low. Now last time we saw this shoe was in 2015, so nearly a decade since we last saw this, and this shoe features an all leather upper, and of course the shadows, it is an OG colorway, originally on the high top back in 1985, but in the lows, it is still super nice. Super nice. I just love the shadow colorway. And of course, at number one, what other shoe could it be? It is the Jordan 4 Military Blue or Industrial Blue that is dropping on May 4th for $215. I've actually just reviewed this shoe. It's my most recent video, so if you want my detailed thoughts, definitely check that out instead. Actually, please check that out. But the Military Blue is of course one of 4 original Jordan 4 colorways. It originally was called Military Blue, but I think with everything going on in the world, Jordan brand wanted to kind of separate from the word military, so they're changing the name to Industrial Blue, but the wording on the box, it's still Military Blue, so it's kind of confusing. Now this shoe of course came out first in 1989, then in 2006 and 2012. Both those retro versions had the Jumpman on the back instead of Nike Air branding. This time they changed it to Nike Air on the booty that everyone wanted, and the color, I know some people have compared it to the 2012 or 2006 version. It's different blue. I feel like this blue actually is most closest to the 1989 version, and the shape of the shoe is also slimmer than like some recent Jordan 4s where it's very boxy. This is much closer to the Jordan 4 SB Pine Green, but it's not without its flaws. Again, check out my review if you want to know the details, but in terms of just the colorway, it is just delicious. Doesn't get much better than this. I still would choose the Jordan 4 Bread Reimagined over this shoe, but it's very close. Very close. And in terms of shoes dropping in May, this is definitely number one on my list. So that's it. Thanks for watching Sole Inclined. Let me know what shoes you're looking forward to and what shoes are complete trash on this list. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come, so wear your shoes